Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yeah,
free beer.
Yeah, Free Beer Friday. It is Free Beer Friday today. Just, I don't know when I'm releasing the video day-wise, but Drew's here to do taste testing. One of them is fully carbonated. The other one is still carbonating. I'm sorry.
It's getting there.
It's got a light carbonation, but it's a Farmhouse / Saison, whichever you want to call it. And it really should be a much higher carbonation, but it's okay. We've got some time things going on. Which one's which? Because what I did is I brewed 6 gallons on a Anvil Foundry, pretty sure. Don't think I did this one on the Brewzilla. Anvil Foundry. And then I separated 1 gallon out and put it in, Drew?
Oh yeah. So one of the gallons went into an igulu. If you haven't seen it before, is what it looks like.
Yep. And we fermented one in the igulu, which is the one that's heavily carbonated. And then the other one went into a Firmzilla all-rounder, which, not its fault, it just
needs more time, that's all.
Yeah, I couldn't keep the pressure. The igulu keg kept pressure really well. The Firmzilla, because it's got the glycol system, it seems to leak a little bit when it goes above 5 PSI. And I don't know what happens, but as it cools, of course, it reduces too. So I lost some of my carbonation and I had to recarbonate it once it got in the keg, but it's all good. Now what's different? Because that's really what it was, is I took 5 gallons and we used this.
The Wallonian Farmhouse ale yeast from White Labs.
Yep, here, I'll show it to you. Which is 4023 Farmhouse 3. I pitched that. And then I pitched in the 1 gallon in the igulu, not a whole packet, but a little bit. Yeah, the one with the heavy carbonation, which is beautiful.
This one's White House in the Bitter Reality, and then this is the
Farmhouse from Lullemans.
Lullemans
hybrid farmhouse yeast. And I started at 1.039. If you want to see everything about how I brewed it, go check out the video, I'll throw it up there. But once I had them in the kegs, one in the igulu keg, one in the Firmzilla all-rounder, I pitched the yeast. We started at 1.039 original gravity, which is great, 6 gallons. And the one with the White Labs ended at 1.005, which is 4.5%, which is beautiful for a light summer beer. Beautiful. There is something that you're not going to expect, and I'm going to explain that in the video. And we've got a surprise for you in the video too, which I keep forgetting, but I'm going to tell you now. There's a surprise. And then this bad boy, which is right here with all the nice carbonation, ended at 1.009. Yeah, considerably higher. 1.005 is not unusual. I've seen 1.001 and 2 with Saison yeast. 565 will get it down to around 2 or 4. This is at 3.9%, which is also a great low ABV summer beer. Why do I keep calling a Farmhouse or Saison a summer beer other than that's really what it's for? It's light, like a lager, but instead it's an ale. It's light, but instead of just being light, it's got a lot going on. You got a little bit of spice sometimes, little yeast going on, and that yeast sometimes will bring some pepper, could bring some other types of phenols. Sometimes it brings a little bubble gum, not my favorite out of everything in Belgium.
Me neither.
Yeah, and Saison is French for season, which is part of the French-speaking edge of Belgium near France. Yeah, you might have guessed that one. So we're gonna go into the taste test, and then we've got 4 special beers that we're gonna show you, okay? You know what, let's do the lacking carbonation, yeah, White Labs.
White Labs, okay.
Now I have tasted it. He hasn't tasted any of these.
It smells good, like I would expect.
And it's gonna be a lot better once it's carbonated, because it's really kind of flat.
It's very flat.
It's very flat. It's
gonna get there. The flavor's good, but it's very flat.
Yeah, and it's not quite as cold because I have it sitting on the step inside my keezer. I need to drop it down and get it a little colder.
It's got that classic spice, but it's that brighter spice, not as peppery.
Yeah, I got the pepper, but the pepper is very mild.
Very mild, yeah.
And I love black pepper. It's something I grew up not putting on my food because my dad used to put it on his food and the fan blew it my way. And yeah, I ate everything with pepper. Now I put pepper on everything.
It's got that sweetness that I would expect it to have. It's not like sweet, but it's the Saison sweet. I don't know how to explain it.
He's hinting towards something. It's still dry, but it's not super dry. Even though it's at 1.005.
Yeah.
This, to me, and he'll have to let me know what he thinks, this one tastes dry, and it's 1.009. This is 1.005, and to me, this one's not that dry.
It's fairly dry.
It's dry, but it's not like, you know, we almost taste nothing because it's so dry.
Yeah, it does finish off really quick.
It has a nice finish. The finish is mild. The finish is gonna really be accentuated once we get the carbonation.
Like it doesn't linger at all.
Yeah, the carbonation will have it linger a little, but in a good way. Once this is carbonated, I'm gonna tell you straight up, this is gonna be my go-to beer this summer until it's done.
Makes sense, yeah.
Now we're gonna go over to the Igulu, which is freezing cold. That one.
The
Lallemand Farmhouse yeast. I don't know if the bubbles are blocking it, but it doesn't have as much aromatics. Actually, it does have aromatics. They're different.
Almost like
they're different. A little straw. I got the straw from the Pilsner.
it's not nearly as aromatic, and it almost has like a hint of dank to it.
You're right. It does.
Can make sure I'm not crazy. So.
No, it does. It's got a little straw and a little dank going on.
Which is weird.
You know what? It's not what I thought. I had a sip and I thought maybe
This is way drier.
Yes, and this one should be because it's 1.005. But I thought I might have contaminated this and maybe it was starting to turn sour. But it's not. It's like this dry dankness. Very mild dankness.
It does have a dank and it's really strange. It's not what I would expect from a farmhouse.
Well, I still get a little bit of pepper in there. I definitely get the straw.
I get everything else. I just also get dankness on top of it, and it's really weird.
When I did do a late hop edition, I do not remember. You'll have to go check that out. But hey, and it wasn't a hop I normally use. Reason being, I was trying to finish off some hops, and it sounded very complementary to this beer style.
Yeah, it's not nearly as dry. And it's a very interesting beer because I haven't had anything that tastes like it.
And it's 3.9. It's lighter. It's lighter. It's just, it is dry. I think it's very dry to me.
Well, compared to this, I mean.
Yeah.
This thing blows it out of the water. Dryness.
And it's just got some dank. And the dank's not bad. It's just different.
I'm saying it's just strange.
And it was a late hop edition too, but I didn't expect the hops to influence it that much. I figured they would just complement a little.
If I had to pick my preferred farmhouse, I'd pick this one.
Me too, because it's more what I expect.
But this is a good beer.
I like this better now than I did a few days ago when I pre-tried it, because I thought I got a little bit of lactic acid, like maybe it was starting to sour, maybe I contaminated it. That's not the case. No. It's the dankness. It is. When I smelled it, I was like, wait, that's what it is. You ready for the guest special? So what we did. And this is one of the great things about a farmhouse ale or a farmhouse yeast or Saison. You can add all kinds of spices and fruit and flavors. Yes.
Like grapefruit.
Yeah. So he's got a grapefruit. What's your other one you got?
Or raspberry.
And then I have over here, I've got Amaretti's Artesian Peach. And then I have a wild strawberry from Amaretti. Now these are all back sweetened. If you do a back sweetening, we've learned historically about a half an ounce of this by weight per gallon. Plus or minus, you can always add more, you can't take it away. Mm-hmm. So if you have a way to do 1 gallon at a time, or you're doing an Igulu, that might be the only gallon you have, be conservative. You can add more, and keep in mind,
or you got picky guests and they don't like certain flavorings you like. Great.
That's the flavor to pick.
Get a toothpick, or make them not drink any of it at all. Yeah, get a toothpick, or like we use the
you put it in just
thermometer.
Like, we used a thermometer to stick a little bit in each glass so we could taste test it.
That's all you need.
You could do blood orange. I'm allergic to oranges. That would definitely upset my stomach, so it's all good. But we're going to taste test these, and keep in mind you don't have to use back sweetening like this. Not to mention, if it is back sweetened, you need to keep it nice and cold, like the one in the Igulu, so it doesn't start re-fermenting. Mm. If you're not going to back sweeten it, which Saisons are great for back sweetening because they're so dry.
Yeah.
You can get away with it without making it a sweet beer. You could have put fruit into the fermentation, but keep in mind, fruit juice, pulp, whatever you may have in there, is going to add a little bit of additional sugars, which are going to add to the ABV.
What if I had rind?
You could zest. You could do grapefruit zest, orange zest. That's a great point.
Okay.
And that's going to give you a lot of the flavor from the zest. Don't use orange juice. It will get nasty. Just don't. Just trust me on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and try wild strawberry. You try the one you want to do.
Do the grapefruit.
Grapefruit?
I mean, it smells like grapefruit. That's what I expect from the Amaretti, is to make it really pop.
I didn't put that much. And wild strawberry is very light, so you may have to put a little bit more of this, but the grapefruit is usually a little stronger.
I think I put too much grapefruit.
Too much? Honestly, I love grapefruit, and it doesn't bother me like oranges.
It just tastes like grapefruit.
There's never too much grapefruit to me.
Because not as much was sticking to it. I thought I didn't put enough in there. I put too much in, but it's still really good. Yeah, the wild strawberry almost has a little bit of a, kind of a
viney taste with the strawberry. It always has a little bit wild taste, but very mild. I put just a little bit because I just wanted to have just a little bit, and that's all I did.
Well, sure, part of it is the farmhouse ale actually.
Oh, playing with it, yeah, definitely.
Evening it out, but it tastes like a grapefruit without all the bitter.
That's one of the things I like about adding fruit to a Saison is that the yeast has already got some spice going on, and spice and fruit work well. One of my favorites that I used to brew the hell out of was a raspberry ginger Saison, and love that thing. I'm gonna go to my peach. What are you going to? Raspberries?
Raspberry.
Oh, I can smell my peach. I put a little bit more peach in here than I did the strawberry.
I did better on this one. I can taste more of the Saison.
Okay. Oh, I smell my peach.
The raspberry definitely pops as far as scent goes, and flavors there, of course.
This is nice because I got the peach and I got a hint of spice. Yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah. Spiced raspberry. Again, I think I put too much grapefruit, but
there's never too much grapefruit
juice without all the sweetness.
I used to have a grapefruit tree, and if I couldn't eat it, I juiced the hell out of it, froze it, used it later. I'm gonna go back and I want to try this without any fruit.
Oh, right, it would be this one.
It really needs to be carbonated more. It bothers me. It's funny, it doesn't bother me as much with the fruit in it.
Yeah, but that's all it really needs. That's it.
Kind of been enjoying the Igulu one more so because it's carbonated.
That's, yeah.
But it does have a hint of dank. It just is. But that's it. Hopefully you learned a little. I'm not sure why this gave dank. I think we did this once before, and I think it had a little dankness to it.
Is it that, or was it the dry hop?
I don't think it wasn't a dry hop. It was a last minute hop edition, a late edition, not a last minute, but a late edition. But I think we had dankness last time I used this. I have to go back and look at one of the videos where I used this before. I just recall a little bit of dankness. And it does say hybrid Saison style yeast, but, and I have had farmhouse ales at local breweries here in Jacksonville that have had dank, saddle, and even tobacco, which was hilarious. We had a local brewery that said tobacco and saddle, leather saddle. And I tried it and I was like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
But those are the perfect descriptions. Like, they nailed it. And if you were shooting for that, that would be awesome. I'm hoping they weren't shooting for that. I think it was an accident and they made it so much they just sold it that way. But they were honest. They said, hey, this is what you're going to taste. And yeah.
Drinking tobacco is not on my
bucket list. Not on your bucket list. Might be on the last of the bottom bucket list that you don't ever want to have.
I told you before, I had that one cocktail one time called a Molotov.
Tastes like a cigarette.
Liquid smoke.
Yeah, no.
It's nasty.
Cheers. Appreciate you. Show us a little love.
Cheers.
Cheers.